There. That's an expression you might have heard at some point in your life. Perhaps your mother said it to you at a moment she wanted to comfort you. Well, when she said it, she was using this word right here. There. In American English, we have these three words, there, and there. And while when we're speaking, they're often used interchangeably in terms of the way that we hear them because they are indeed homophones. They sound exactly the same. The question is, how do we use them in written speech when we write an email or send a text? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do just that. In American English, we have these three words, there. The good news is how you pronounce them is exactly the same. So, you're done with the video. You know now. There, all pronounced exactly the same. But wait, there's more. When we're writing and when we're spelling, when we're using grammar, how do we use these words? So often I'll see somebody who is an educated person misuse one of these words and swap one for the other. It says a lot about the speaker or about the writer, the way that they use their speech, the way that they use grammar, and I want you to be able to know the difference between those three so it's easy and correct every time. First, we have there, T-H-E-R-E. It's an adverb meaning there, not here, but there. It's a place. So as an adverb, we could describe it using a preposition saying it's over there, or the food is in there. And an easy way to remember the spelling of that is it's the same spelling as here, H-E-R-E. So you just take off the T and you get here, and there. Now notice there's a difference in pronunciation. Here with an I sound as in is, here, as opposed to the E sound as in men, there. Secondly, the word there is possessive. In other words, it describes who it belongs to. It's an adjective. So if I were to describe something and say, whose home is this? Well, it's their home. T-H-E-I-R. So there is an adjective always describing something. It's their home, it's their life, it's their enjoyment, it's their pleasure. We're describing it. But key to this one is the spelling, because once in a while I will see this misspelled because sometimes it's confusing when we have words that have the I-E or E-I combination. So we'll have a word such as there, E-I, but we think of that rule we might have heard growing up saying I comes before E, except after C, or except when making the E sound. So in this case, the E is the exception. There, T-H-E-I-R. For the third use of this word, it's a contraction, meaning they are there. But the great thing is they're all spelled exactly the same. However, you'll see in writing, I'll see in writing oftentimes this mistake of they're saying, they're putting this here or this here, they're interchanging them. So just make sure when you say there, you're referring to they are. A couple more little rules on this. First is, there is and there are. As we're speaking, make sure that you are aware of the rule or the idea that the way we determine which of these two words we use, there is or there are, is the subject afterwards. This is not the subject, this is the subject afterwards. So if I say, there is an idea, that's singular, so it uses is. If I were to say plural, there are ideas, I want to use are. I don't want to say there's ideas going around, there's people who say, and I'll hear that quite often, and it's incorrect. Now, granted, while we're speaking, sometimes in the heat of the moment, we can make that mistake. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I just want you to know what the rule is and how that grammatically works out. For this, there, this can also be describing theirs. It could actually be the placeholder of it's their home, it's theirs. In this case, I want to make sure you don't add an apostrophe, because oftentimes I'll see people put an apostrophe there because they think, well, it's possessive, and so if I say it's John's home, I would put apostrophe S, and so they might want to put an apostrophe here. But for the word theirs, for the word ours, it's ours or it's ours, and the word it's, like as in it's home, not it is home, but it's home, there is no apostrophe there. And perhaps in another video I'll go into depths about the use of this word and its many different variations. But for right now, that makes it a lot more clear for you how to use it grammatically. Because remember, you are perceived by the listener or by the reader, by the receiver of your message, text or email or handwritten. You are perceived in a certain way. The way that you speak, the way that you articulate, you're perceived in a certain way. And the way that you write, you're perceived in a certain way. Make sure you know how you're being perceived, how you use the language, so that you can make the best impression every time. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.